Well, Dave, this is our very special episode. It is the podcast's 1 year anniversary. Can I get a woot woot? I hear no fun. Hello, dear friends, and welcome to a very special episode of the Dear Friend Podcast. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back, and thank you if you've kept returning to watch every episode. It means so much to me. If you are a new viewer, hi, I'm Eden. I'm the owner of Yarrow & Co., where I sell my handmade polymer clay charms, earrings, watercolor paintings, and lots of other handmade treasures. Thank you so much for joining me today. Oh, and this is Dave, my co-host. He is a deer skull I rescued from the ocean. He's not exactly in a huge partying mood. He doesn't have that much life to him. Not the life of the party. Start off with a bad joke. But yeah, so this is our 1 year anniversary of the Dear Friend Podcast. Just last year on March 26th, I was sitting downstairs in my brother's bedroom because it was the quietest place in the house. And I filmed the very first episode of the Dear Friend Podcast. I was extremely nervous. I still get nervous every time I turn on the camera and start talking to it, but it's gotten so much easier. I've learned a ton, and I appreciate you all who have subscribed and commented and viewed. It means the world to me. So in today's episode, I have a finished object, some whips, and some giveaway prizes for you all. I'm very excited. And yeah, let's get into that. I am drinking out of a reusable Starbucks mug. We don't have a Starbucks here, so we can pretend that this is Starbucks, that I'm fancy like that. But in here I have an Earl Grey tea with some Oreo creamer. It's so good. It's such a good mix. This may sound weird, but it kind of tastes like Fruit Loops. I don't know how, but it tastes like Fruit Loop cereal, which is one of my favorite cereals. It's always been my treat cereal, so I really like that. But finished object. Okay, let me get it out of my basket. So I worked on these a lot over the past week, and they are all done. They've been blocked. I finished my Bluegrass Socks. So this is a new pattern by Amy Kate of the Graceful Tangle, and I test knit her socks that are coming out early April, and they're so pretty. I love the pattern. It's just this really cool ribbed pattern on the front. It went really well with this yarn. So this is Stuck Up the Chimney from Flock Fiber. It's a Christmas themed yarn, but I will be wearing these all the time. And I did these 2 at a time on 2.25 millimeter needles, and I knit them slightly too short for my feet. That was my own fault because I got too impatient. It was like, oh yeah, that fits. They'll still fit on my feet, that's fine, but they are slightly shorter than my foot, but that's okay. They're super comfortable with this ribbing pattern. I really like that little bit of rib to be interest, and also it fits your foot really well. This will probably become my new go-to pattern for whenever I want to just cast on a pair of socks. I do want to cast on another pair very soon, with some yarn that I have, Mondim yarn, which is kind of like opal yarn, but it's French. There's a very specific wool that it uses, but I think that'll look really cool with this ribbing pattern and that yarn. Been saving it for a very long time to use that yarn on a special pair of socks. So yeah, those are done and I absolutely love them. Okay, so yeah, that's my one finished object. I should talk about what I'm wearing. I'm just wrapped up in my giant puff stitch hexagon blanket by Bright Red Cherries. This was my Christmas advent calendar blanket, and it was such a joy to make. I wear this all the time. I actually wear it as a shawl more than I use it as a blanket, but it folds in half so nicely and you can wear it as this shawl. I've just stuck a shawl cuff from Knox Mountain on there, and it keeps it just on me and it keeps me really cozy. I'm not a shawl maker, which is funny to say because I've got two that I'm going to show you next. I'm not a shawl maker. I've never been really drawn to knitting or crocheting shawls, but I am drawn to making blankets and wearing them as shawls. I don't know why, but I really love really giant shawls. I think the proper word for that is schlanket. I really like schlankets. But yeah. Okay, so that is what I'm wearing, and it keeps me nice and cozy. We have, for the past 2 days, we had no heat in our house because we have a propane heater and we ran out of propane. We had to wait to get it refilled. So it was freezing in the house for a couple days, but we finally have heat back. It's still chilly in the house. I'm naturally a cold person, so what would be a comfortable warm temperature to other people is still cold to me. So I wear hoodies, I wear toques in the summer because I still get cold. I don't know what's up, but this has been the perfect thing to wear in the house all the time. So I highly recommend making one. Okay, so let's move on to works in progress. Because I concentrated on those socks so much, I don't have any on any of my other projects that I have on the go. Like my Comfort Fade cardi hasn't gotten any work on it, but it will soon. But now I have 2 shawls on the needles. Well, one on the needles, one on the hook. So I think I'll start with the crocheted one first. So this is the Penelope Shawl by Carolyn Christmas, and honestly, best last name ever. I wish my last name was Christmas. But here it is. I've just got this small triangle already going. It is so soft and very easy to memorize the repeats and just go for it. I'll show you there fully for a sec. There you go. It's like a little shawl for Dave right now. There you go. He'll hold that while I talk about the rest of the stuff. So this yarn, I've already messed it up, but I'll show you a good skein. There it is. This is Lion Brand Ferris Wheel, and in the colorway Wild Violets. And this yarn is probably the softest yarn I've ever used in my life. This true fact. It is 100% acrylic and 270 yards. It's a worsted weight, but I feel like this is more of a sport weight or a DK just by the way it's been spun. It's a single ply, so it's not incredibly durable when working with it, so I'd say it's more of a DK weight, but it's still working for this shawl very well. See up close? Got like a fuzzy halo, you can see that? But so soft. I haven't worked with Lion Brand yarn in a very long time. When I first started knitting and crocheting and learning, I used a ton of Lion Brand, and this kind of like brings me back to those days of learning and like just messing up and fixing it and just learning from your mistakes. So this is very nostalgic for me to use any Lion Brand really, and it might become my go-to now because Lion Brand is so, I don't know what the word would be. It's so good and cheap in the best way. Like, it's a reasonable yarn, reasonably priced, and you really get really good yarn out of it. You can trust that it's well made. And I'm just crocheting this with a J hook, 6mm. It's just this hook I've had for a long time. Thank you, Dave. Off you come. So yeah, that is, again, the Penelope Shawl by Carolyn Christmas. I've been really enjoying that. And then the other shawl I've got going, this is technically going to be a wrap. So that shawl and this wrap are commissions from a friend who asked that I would make some shawls for her and her mother-in-law. And this is the other wrap that I've got going. The Penelope Shawl is for her mother-in-law, and then this wrap, she gave me some inspiration photos of what she wanted, and it was this rectangular wrap with pockets. And so I went on the hunt for a pattern that was really like that, and I looked and there was nothing that really grabbed me and said, oh, that's definitely her. So, sorry, my hair is untamable today. So I decided to design a wrap for her. And this yarn is what I'm using. This is, I had the ball band. Now it's gone. Hang on, I'll just grab another ball of it. So this yarn is Lion Brand Heartland Tweed, and it is in the colorway Mount Rainier Tweed, which I don't think I've ever heard of that mountain. I'll have to Google it later. But it is this beautiful gray with rainbow tweed specks. And I love this so much. I had no idea Heartland came in a tweed, but I saw it and I was like, I want to work with that. She asked for neutral, so that's what I got. And the tweed just makes it really exciting. Like, gray is exciting, and it's like this really pretty silver, but I can't get over those rainbow tweed specks. I just love them. So this is going to be the Mama Bear hug wrap because she is Mama Bear. And so this is what I've got so far. It's not very much, but it's going to have some cables right there, and it's got some really fun seed stitch seat stitch and tweed just go together like, I don't know, like bread and butter. Like it's so simplistic but perfect. And yeah, so I'm doing these on size 4mm needles, US size 6. And this is a worsted weight yarn. And I'm still just, we'll see how much this takes. I'm very curious. I bought 4 skeins in the first go. It is 200 yards. And then I did another order for some needles, and I threw in 1 more skein just in case, because I had this feeling that I'm gonna need 5 for some reason, but we'll see if I'll need it. And yeah, so that is it. And these little markers are so cute. I showed them on the last podcast, but this is Knitbug Val's. I can get out of the camera. Knitbug Val's stitch markers that are resin and have some itty bitty flowers in there. So I'm using those to section off where my cables will be, so I don't lose track of that. So that is my other work in progress that is brand new, the Mama Bear Hug Wrap by yours truly. Hopefully that'll be out, I'm gonna say June, maybe late June. We'll see how that goes. I do want it to be done by next month and have it sent out to her. And I'm keeping both of these in my JoJo bag from Cozy Up Knits. One of my favorite podcasts. I call them my yarn aunties because they are the sweetest and very good friends with them. Okay, so those are my works in progress, and I brought also one of the future projects, which I hope to have on the needles this weekend, maybe, we'll see. But I really wanted to show off this yarn. So this is Snow Day from Ruby and Rose's yarn. It is so sparkly. You see that? I can just roll it and it's twinkling. But it's super pretty. It is on her rose gold base, 438 yards, 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% stellina. It's gorgeous. And for this, I'm going to make a Musselburgh hat by Isolda for my boyfriend. It's become this unintended tradition that I make him a hat every year. This will be my 3rd year making him a hat. And yeah, so this is going to be my next hat with this. I hope to have it done before I move. I move the week after Easter down to Vancouver Island. It's exciting and a little bit nerve-wracking, but definitely exciting. And I will finally be seeing him. Because of the pandemic, we haven't been able to see each other for about 9 months. We've been FaceTiming almost every day, and we talk every day, and it's been good, but it's really tough with the pandemic that we couldn't travel to see each other this whole time. But now that I'm moving down there, we will be only a few hours away rather than 2 flights away. So I hope to have that done so I can give it to him when I see him then. So that is a very exciting project that I hope to get on the needles very, very soon. It is going to go for. I don't know what that means, but that's the words that came out of my mouth. So let's have a little sip of tea first. Okay, so that is all the yarn related stuff. So it is time to get into the giveaways. Okay, so it is time for the giveaways, the moment you've all been waiting for. So I have 2 giveaway prize sets to give away. The first one is a yarn bowl that didn't get claimed the last giveaway I had. So it kind of just sat on my shelf waiting for it to be claimed to its new home. So we're gonna grant that wish. So this is a yarn bowl from the kitchen sink shop. It is, sorry for the crinkling. It is this adorable bag with all these woodland creatures and flowers. It's just so sweet. So yeah, there's that. And then it will be coming with a special edition charm progress keeper that I made for this special occasion. See, go. It is a confetti cake with white sparkly frosting done in little rosettes, because that is the technique that we use a lot in my house when it comes to any cake whatsoever. We pipe roses on it because it is so pretty and surprisingly easy. It's really cool. But anyways, so that to you. Aww. Happy Podiversary, dear Eden. Happy Podiversary to you. Thanks, guys.
I'm gonna give this back the cake.
Okay. Thanks.
Were you filming?
Yep. Okay, let's go.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'll have fun editing that.
So yeah, that was my family coming in to a little cake. I kind of stopped it in between accidentally, but still got some footage of that. That was so sweet. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So this will be 1 giveaway prize with the little yarn bowl and the little cake progress keeper. Put that there. And then the other one is a little notions pouch that I made myself. It is a little star quilt patch with some yellow tulips, and it's such a happy yellow, just to share that little bit of sunshine that we are all craving right now for spring. And it will also be coming with a little cake, and that will be another prize. So all you have to do is comment down below which prize you would like to win, and I will be picking out winners for each of those prizes by the next episode. I don't know when that episode will be because it kind of lands on the same time that I'll be moving. So either I will have a podcast the next week when we get settled into our new house, or I will find time to podcast in some random place. Who knows? Maybe in, I don't know. We'll find a way. Yeah. So just comment down below. And if you are a new viewer, please introduce yourself. I would love to meet you down in the comments below. And yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you so much for joining me today. I want to thank everybody who has subscribed and commented and liked. It it always makes my day. It always makes me so happy that you guys like what I do. It's been quite the journey through being a podcaster. I never expected it to become, I don't know, almost like a lifestyle thing. Like, it's something I look forward to every second week. I am super excited to always get on and talk about what I've been making with you guys, and I love it when you guys comment and let me know what you guys think. And I've learned a lot of stuff through the podcast when I've had issues, or it's just like it opens me up to your knowledge, because you guys are very smart. Yeah, definitely are. So yeah, it has been quite the journey, and Dave hasn't been here very long, but I really like having him on here so that my brother Nicholas, when he edits my podcasts, he can put in little subtitles and just be a part of the fun. So, thank you so much for joining me once again. I hope you have a wonder-filled day, dear friends. I will see you next time. Bye.